Hi, I'm Dennis Gage, and welcome to My Classic Car. Well, this week we're in West Point, Nebraska for a show that's called the Last Fling Til Spring. And judging from the fact that the temperature's been hanging around 55 degrees all day, I think it's appropriately named. But this is the 22nd year for this event, and it's just a one-day show. But it still manages to draw over 700 cars right down here on the main street of this little town of 3,600 people. I gotta tell you, there's some incredible iron here, and I want to get around and check it out. Plus, I kind of need to keep moving just to stay warm. Hey Tom, how you doing, man?
Doing good, Dennis. How are you?
You know, this is a little town, but it's a big show.
Yes, it is.
and it's been going on a long time. I think I said it was like 22 years. Is that right? Or
No, it's 21 years.
this is the 21st, huh?
Yes, 21st.
And how did it all get started?
It started out as an Oktoberfest, part of an Oktoberfest, and has grown into its own entity.
And it's, you guys, your club, the Road Gems, put this whole thing on, right?
Yes, yeah.
But you seem to be really organized. I mean, I'm really impressed with how the whole thing runs. It seems like you guys have done it before.
Yeah, and we have a lot of help from the city council, auto body guys, anybody. We call them up, hey, can you judge? Yes, no problem. And I think it's all cooperation. Everybody wants to have a good show, and it's turned out that way.
And you guys are kind of known for trophies. I mean, you do a lot of them, and they're pretty big, right?
Yeah, we home of the monster trophies.
Home of the monster trophies. That's sort of your claim to fame.
Yes.
But now, do you draw mostly regional? I mean, you're about halfway between Sioux Falls and Omaha, right?
Yeah, we draw regional, but we also draw statewide out of Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, South Dakota.
So they're coming from all over.
Oh, yeah.
And some really fine stuff here too. You must have some pretty high-end builders in the area or something, because I'm seeing some really great work.
Yes, there's lots of good builders out of Omaha, Lincoln. Even here in West Point, we have a real good restoration man. And interior-wise, there's several top-notch interior shops.
World-class stuff, huh?
World-class.
Well, I'm seeing some world-class cars. Now, the weather's not exactly world-class today, but I guess here you can have anything from a 90-degree day or a 55-degree day like today.
Exactly. And we've had snow once in a while.
Well, it's the last fling till spring, you know?
That's right.
So what do you say we whoop it up a little bit, go check out a few of these cars before we get to work?
Okay, let's go look.
Let's go, man. Well, Steve, I was about 4 blocks down there, and I saw this red sports car come in, and I said, oh, there's a TVR. And I said to the cameraman, you know, I've always wanted a TVR. I think they're really cool. But as I got closer, I realized, yeah, it's got the front of a TVR, but this is a Griffith.
This is a Griffith.
Even more rare than a TVR.
Right, the bodies came from TVR, but this is a Griffith.
These are monsters.
Yeah.
These were like little, Cobra Killers.
Cobra Killers is what they call them, yes, yes.
They really were.
Little Ford 289 in them.
That's what they all came with originally, yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, what a great looking car, and it's all fiberglass, right?
Yes, all glass body. This one weighs about 1,450 pounds.
I was gonna say, it can't weigh much. 1,400 pounds?
Yes.
It's a go-kart. But this thing, I mean, no Griffith ever looked this good.
We took a little extra time and made it look really good. When the Griffiths first were built, they were real rough underneath.
They were.
Yeah, when we popped the hood later on, this is all smoothed out and everything else.
Oh man. Well, and the other thing I tell you, the interior, again, they were pretty austere to begin with, but now the red piping, the red stitching.
This has gone beyond more than just a factory race car.
Yeah, I
went ahead and finished out the whole interior on this car.
Yeah, I like the quilted door panels, the quilted console. Stuart Warner gauges?
Yes.
I mean, she's just gorgeous. And they're so tiny, too. I mean, this thing is, I don't know, 42 inches or so. It's not far off the ground. And almost no rear end.
Right, no trunk at all. They just come right down, and they just want just pure horsepower racing car.
So did they, like these little bumperettes, was that all that you got?
Yep. Yep.
And when I first saw it, I said, oh, is it a hatchback? And then I realized, no, these are hold downs, and that's because they blew these things out,
As
right?
an afterthought, John Griffith had to put these on. He started racing them in the windows. The body was flexed a little bit, and the window blew right out of them. So he had to put these holders on there to hold the window in.
So that's factory basically,
yes.
to keep it together.
Yes.
Now these came with 289s, and they were screamers then. You
yes.
still have the 289 in this?
This one actually does have a 351 in it.
A 351.
351. Built it up with horsepower.
Let's have a look at that.
Okay.
Holy cow, I can't believe you could cram that in. Of course, I guess is that the Windsor blocks?
That's the Windsor block there. 351 in this instead of the 289. Hence, we had to get some custom made headers to fit this frame. But that, if you look at it, the all tubular frame, that is a factory framework on this car.
So that hasn't been modified?
No, no.
I mean, that is just gorgeous. But again, like you said, I mean, these were really rough cars. This is fabulous. This has all been finished out?
Finished out on the inside. This was all used to be really rough fiberglass. Like I said, it was built for racing.
And even your quilting up here, you guys really do it up right.
All the cars we run through our shop are done that way.
Man. So does this ever get driven, or is this strictly a show car?
My boss will take it out to a local cruise night in Sioux Falls there.
I bet this thing is a screamer.
Yes, it'll swap ends real easy.
Yes. Gosh, it's a stunning car. Steve, thanks for bringing this baby out. 64
Dennis, thank you.
Griffith, right?
64 Griffith.
Man, I love that car.
Thank you.
Welcome back to My Classic Car. Dave, this car blew me away. You know, and in fact, the first time I saw it, though, I almost walked by it and went, oh, that's a nice 2010 Camaro. Yeah, nice new Camaro. And then I looked more closely. I said, that's not a 2010.
No.
That's like a 67 that's been worked probably more than I've ever seen a Camaro work.
Oh yes, yeah, it's got a lot of fabrication.
Is that a fiberglass hood, or?
That's a carbon fiber with a thin layer of fiberglass over it because we didn't want the checkering to come through.
That's a big chunk of carbon fiber.
That is.
That's not cheap.
No,
it's not.
No. Just the mock-up alone is enough.
But I mean, it's just everything about it's gorgeous. It also looks like a 2010 roof, though, right?
Yes, yep, we used a 2010 roof skin. There's three things we used off of 2010. Was the headlight, the roof skin, and the tail light. Everything else was hand formed.
And your interior, again, it gives you this, completely modern 2010 look, but in a real 67, 69 kind of way.
Yep.
I don't know, how do you start it? I don't see a key
Oh,
starting.
well, inside here, you open up the console and then everything is inside.
Oh, that's nice. So is she taller too?
Yeah, we raised this rear quarter 2.5 inches.
And then you gave it pretty much the 2010 taillight treatment?
Yeah, we used an RS light rather than the SS because they're a little smaller and it fit the car.
Where's the name Scar come from?
When the car was being built, it had all the scars all over from the cuts.
Just cut everywhere, right?
The name hung there every time they talked about it. Let's put another scar here or there. It just hung with the car, and that's how it came about.
But with all that work, of course you left the 67 engine in it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No, we changed the engine.
Let's go see what the engine looks like. Trick latches too, man.
Aero
Oh
latch.
gosh, that's gorgeous.
Yes. Yeah, it turned out nice.
Phenomenal. Oh geez. Now, is this all functional? Is this
Yeah,
the intake?
mailbox is functional. It goes through here and then feeds to a carbureted LSX motor.
Oh man, it just looks phenomenal. And the gills there, are those just for show, or?
No, we found that the hood between the carbon fiber and the fiberglass will bow in heat.
Yeah.
So we've decided that we're done with fighting that. We're going to let the heat out of the engine compartment and keep the engine running at the same temp.
Wow, this is just a phenomenal build, and this baby won Street Machine of the Year Goodguys, right?
Yeah,
It is
it'll go to SEMA.
absolutely stunning. And you do a car a year.
Yes.
So this was a 1-year build.
Yes, it is.
I can't wait to see next year.
It's going to be a 71.
Well, the 67 is a showstopper. Beautiful job, Dave.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks.
man. That is bad to the bone. Welcome back to My Classic Car. Well, Dave, this is a really sweet looking 49 Merc wagon that Merc never made.
Right.
This is a Dave made car. I saw this at the hotel last night, and man, I just thought this was beautiful. I mean, you've done some serious work to this. What did it start as?
49 coupe. Didn't have no doors or deck lid on it, so we wanted to make a wagon. So I pieced some pieces together, and the sides are off a 5 or 6 Ford 2-door, and then we slanted the posts, cut the posts to match the chop on the front. And the roof is a 57 Ford wagon that we took 6 inches of the crown out of the top.
Yeah, they were kind of bubbly, weren't they?
Right.
Yeah. And I can see that is a 57. Man, that is nice. And then now they're Merc doors, though, right?
Yes.
And how about the rear quarter?
From the center of the quarterback, it's handmade on the top.
Wow. All
and
steel?
All steel.
And she must be sitting on air.
Yeah, it's got
Right,
air
because it's
ride.
down there.
Yep.
Man, I mean, and this actually looks like an old Merc color. This yellow it's close to a Merc color, is it?
It's an old Mercury color.
But you know, I like you kept the Merc looking front end, and you did a really nice job in the interior. This looks like a very comfy car to ride around in.
It is.
What are the seats out of?
65 Buick.
And that's not a 49 dash, is
No,
it?
it's a 50 because they're better looking.
Yeah, they are. But how about the wheel?
Wheels at 59 Impala.
59
and then
Impala, okay.
We put a Mercury emblem in the center, turned it down the lathe, put it in there.
Oh man, it's just unbelievable. But it looks so good. And you got it squashed down. You must have had to redo these windows.
Yeah, they're all flat, so they're pretty easy.
Yeah, so you just cut them down. But that's from the original, from the 55 or 6. Now, how about the taillights?
Taillights are 52 Mercury.
And the tailgate?
Tailgates are 55.
And the bumper's been modified.
They're modified 55 Pontiac.
So man, a Pontiac, Merc, Buick, Ford. I can't imagine you still got a flathead engine in there.
No, we've got a year 1 crate motor.
Well, let's go have a look at that, man. Man, Oldsmobile Rocket?
You know the phony valve covers?
Yeah, see a lot of those on Chevy engines, don't you? Is it basically a crate Chevy?
It's a 355 crate motor from year 1.
Uh-huh. And that's actually a
That's
Caddy,
a 53 Cat air cleaner.
Gosh, he looks great though, man. And did it drop right in there? How were the mounts? Did you have to create
Well, it's got a 79 Monte Carlo clip in it.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I can't think of a car you don't have in this thing yet. Is there? There's a piece of everything.
I don't
here.
have any Buick stuff. Oh, the interior's Buick. So.
Well, there you go. You see, you've got Buick. Man, I got to tell you, you do good work though. And is this a driver? This is something you take?
It's the driver.
So did you drive it here?
Yes.
About how far?
Took us 3 hours to get here.
Holy, it was raining yesterday.
Yeah.
No wipers.
Got Rain-X.
Rain-X. And if you go fast enough, it just blows right off.
Right.
Well, man, I love this. 49 Merc and then some.
Thank you.
Nice work, buddy.
Thank you.
Welcome back to My Classic Car. Well, Tom, this is a pretty stout Jeep here. I don't know if I've ever seen one built up quite like this. This is a 74 CJ5?
That is correct.
Now, you know, I mean, you've done some serious stuff to this. I mean, what's the deal? You made basically a pro street Jeep, right?
That is right.
Why?
Dared to be different.
Yes,
wanted handling better and performance, and I wanted to see how far you could go with an AMC motor.
Wow, so you're still sporting an AMC motor. So what all have you done here? I mean, you've got some fender flares on it, and you've got some serious tires in back, but how much Jeep is left here?
Most of it.
Really?
It's
The body?
mostly all steel, yes. The flares in that are fiberglass.
But man, I mean, it's so wild. I mean, you don't see a blown Jeep very often, but you've obviously built this thing for speed. It's not surprising to see a roll cage in a Jeep, but this one is, you know, a little beefier and a little bit racier than a lot of them. Autometer gauges look really nice.
Thank you.
And man, I mean, the seats, the racing seats and stuff, and then back here you got what, fuel cell, and the big bottle of nitrous. So you're not screwing around at all, are you?
It's only good for 22 seconds though.
But you know, that's a pretty stout 22 seconds, I'll bet. Wheelie bars, which you probably need.
I use them quite often.
So what kind of horsepower does this push to the back wheels?
1132, I've had it. Check that rear wheel.
1132 horsepower?
Yes, sir.
At the rear wheel?
Yes.
Man, how do you keep that? How do you keep it all together at that?
Don't do it that often. No, it's just a labor of love. Wanted to see how far I could go with it.
So, and you're still running an AMC engine?
That is right.
401.
401.
Let's go
That's
look
what
at
we
that,
started
baby.
with.
Open her up, Tom. Wow. Holy mackerel. So that's a 401.
40 over. Herman Lewis stroker. About 432 cubes.
Wow.
Twin 750 Dominators with a 2-stage 400 horse nitrous.
That is some serious stuff. Have you ever raced it?
Yes. To get numbers on it.
And what kind of numbers can you turn?
1/8 mile, 132, 6.2 in an 1/8.
132 and an 1/8?
Yes.
That's very cool.
Well, thank you.
And I bet people dig this. When they see it, they think, you know.
Little kids to grandmas like it.
Yeah, the whole range, huh? Well, Tom, 74 CJ5, that is one bad Jeep.
Thank you.
Wow. Oh man, the Last Fling Til Spring show here in West Point, Nebraska really is a nice event. A little bit cool today, but there are some real hot cars. Check it out.